Assalamu alaikum. This is Mongmra Singh welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Outgoing head of Dutch Embassy, Andre Kortsen, highlights Chief Advisor Professor Yunus' efforts in fostering democratic reforms. A prompt election only way to overcome current political crisis, comments BNP Secretary General. Upcoming election must be held based on July Charter and July Declaration, says NCP member Secretary. ICT orders trial framing charges against 30 accused in Abu Said killing during July uprising. A Bangladesh embarks on path of elections, says BNP Standing Committee member Amir Khosru Mahmoud Chaudhry. Israeli forces kill 83 Palestinians, including 58 waiting for aid in Gaza. And Bangladesh under-20 women's football team defeat Laos by 3-1 in AFC Asian Cup qualifying round at Laos National Stadium. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Outgoing head of mission of the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Andre Kortsen, paid a farewell call on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at the State Guest House Jamuna today. During the meeting, Kortsen commended Professor Yunus for his leadership over the past year, particularly in steering Bangladesh through a transitional period following the ousting of the previous regime. He highlighted Professor Yunus' efforts in fostering democratic reforms and national unity. Kortsen also praised the recently unveiled July Declaration, describing it as a pivotal step in bridging the national's historical context with the aspirations of the July mass uprising. He referred to the Chief Advisor's announcement of the election timeline as perfect, indicating it sets the country on a path toward general elections. The two leaders discussed the ongoing Rohingya crisis and the forthcoming international conference on the issue scheduled to be held in September. The conference aims to address the humanitarian and political challenges faced by the Rohingya refugees. In a gesture of solidarity, Kortsen presented Professor Yunus with lyrics that he wrote celebrating the spirit of the July Revolution led by Bangladesh's Gen Z. The lyrics, which Kortsen put to music originally written by George Harrison for the song Bangladesh, recorded and accompanied by a video, was shared during the meeting. A special envoy to the Chief Advisor Lutfi Siddiq and SDG Coordinator Lamia Murshid were also present during the meeting. Welcoming the Chief Advisor's electoral declaration, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that the implementation of the pledges made by political parties will mark the beginning of the transforming Bangladesh into a new democratic nation. He made these remarks during an official response to the Chief Advisor's July Declaration and electoral manifesto at the BNP Chairperson's office in Gulshan. Mirza Fakhrul stated that the entire nation believes that a prompt election is the only way to overcome the current political crisis. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed was also present on the occasion. Akhtar Hussain, member secretary of the National Citizen Party (NCP), has stated that the upcoming national parliamentary election must be held based on the effectiveness of the July Charter and the July Declaration. He made the remarks at a press briefing in the capital today. He also called for ensuring the neutrality of the field administration and establishing a level playing field before the election. International Crimes Tribunal has ordered the commencement of the trial by framing charges against 30 accused in the case of crimes against humanity over killing of Begum Rokeya University student Abu Sayyed during the July uprising last year. The three-member tribunal led by its chairman, Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, passed the order today. Among the 30 accused in the Abu Sayyed murder case, 24 are absconding and 6 are under arrest. Earlier in the morning, the arrested accused a former proctor of Begum Rokeya University Shariful Islam, a former police ASI Amir Hussain, Constable Shujan Chandra Roy, Rafil Hassan Russell, Anwar Parvez and Chhatar League leader Imran Chaudhry were produced before the International Crimes Tribunal from prison. Meanwhile, the third-day testimony is underway at the International Crimes Tribunal against Sheikh Hasina, Asudjaman Khan Kamal and former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun in the July genocide case. The testimony is being heard in the three-member Tribunal 1 chaired by Justice Ghulam Murtaza Majumdar. Earlier, in the morning, former IGP Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun was produced before the tribunal from prison. A BNP Standing Committee member, Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhry, said Bangladesh has embarked on a path of democracy and elections and urged everyone to be vigilant so that this journey is not obstructed. One party is actively working against democracy and elections. He made these remarks at a rally held at the New Market Circle in the city this afternoon, organized by Chattogram Metropolitan, South and North District and Upazila and Municipality units of the BNP to commemorate the anniversary of the historic mass uprising. As the chief guest, Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhry said, despite political differences, BNP has initiated a new form of politics based on mutual respect. Chattogram Metropolitan Member Secretary Najimur Rahman presided over, among others, Organizing Secretary for Chattogram Division of BNP Mahbub Rahman Shamim, City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain, Labour Leader A.M. Najimuddin, Assistant Organizing Secretary for the Chattogram Division Barrister Mir Halal, and former Assistant Organizing Secretary Harun Rashid also addressed the program. Speakers called on party members to prepare for the 13th National Parliamentary election scheduled for February. Later, following the gathering, a colorful victory rally commenced from the New Market Circle led by Amir Khosru Chaudhry. The rally circled from the roundabout to the press club via Kotwali and Underkila. Leaders and activists of various BNP affiliate organizations, including Upazila and municipal units of Chittagong Metropolitan City, North and South districts, participated in the rally. Now, international news. Israeli attacks in Gaza have claimed the lives of 83 more Palestinians. Among the deceased, 58 people were killed by Israeli forces while attempting to receive aid. Since October 7, 2023, a total of 61,020 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza. During this time, the number of injured has reached 150,671. Meanwhile, Israel is killing an average of 28 children per day in Gaza. These deaths are occurring due to ongoing Israeli bombings and hunger caused by the blockade on aid and food supplies. The United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF has confirmed this information. In a post on social media platform X on Tuesday, UNICEF stated that children in Gaza are dying from bombings, malnutrition and starvation. They are dying due to a lack of aid and emergency food. On average, 28 children are dying every day, equivalent to an entire classroom of students, it added. Calling for the immediate and sufficient delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza, UNICEF said children in Gaza urgently need food, safe water, medicine and protective supplies. But even more importantly, there needs to be a ceasefire. Meanwhile, a report by the Times of Israel stated that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to completely occupy the Gaza Strip. As a result of this decision, the Israeli military is expected to expand its operations across the entire region. Currently, around 75% of the Gaza Strip is under Israeli control, and it is believed that under the new plan, the army will occupy the remaining area as well. At least 4 persons were killed and dozens feared washed away in Uttarakhand district of Uttarakhand triggered devastating flash floods in Durali village on Tuesday. Rescue operations are underway to locate over 100 people who have been reported missing. A personnel from the Indian Army, State Disaster Response Force (SDRF) and local police have rescued 150 people so far, despite relentless rainfall and the rock terrain hampering operations. The Uttarakhand State Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said rescue teams had been deployed on a war footing. Dhami said the flood was caused by a sudden and intense cloud burst, calling the destruction extremely sad and distressing. The Indian Meteorological Department said it had recorded extremely heavy rainfall of about 21 centimeters in some parts of Uttarakhand. Now back to national news. 7 people were killed as a speeding microbus plunged into a roadside canal in the Chandraganj area under Begumganj Upazila of Noakhali district early today. Assistant Director of the Fire Service and Civil Defence Abdul Hamid confirmed the incident. The deceased are all members of the same family. They hail from Chopol area of Uttar Jaipur Union under Lakhipur Sadar Upazila. Police and witnesses said that an Oman expatriate named Baharuddin from Chopoli village in Hajirpara Union of Lakhipur was returning home from Dhaka with his relatives in a microbus. The driver fell asleep while driving, which led to the accident. Although a few passengers managed to get out, 7 others got trapped inside and died. Their bodies have been recovered and sent to the hospital. Now, sports news. Football. Muhammad Shagurika scored a brace as Bangladesh got off to a winning start in their AFC Under-20 Women's Asian Cup qualifiers with a 3-1 win over host Laos in their first Group H fixture at the Lao National Stadium in Vietnam. Coming off an MVP performance in Bangladesh title-winning SAF Under-20 Championship campaign, Shagurika scored either side of the break. Munki Akhtar added another goal to help the women and Red and Green secure all 3 points. Despite several long-range efforts, Bangladesh failed to capitalize early on.